Hello, Michael Stack here with AMAX. Now, one of the things we forget in workers' compensation when we're dealing with so many work comp claims is that these are medical injuries, and it takes medical expertise for the healing and recovery of these injuries. So the most important relationship to develop in a work comp management program is the relationship with your medical providers. So here's how you go about doing that. First step is to formalize your program. Now, you may have injuries, you may have a lot of injuries at your company, but do you have a work comp management program? And if you do have a work comp management program, how invested are you in it? Do you have a name for that program? Does it have an identity? Do you have a logo? Do you have a brochure that outlines the expectations for your employees, your supervisors, your senior management? Do you have a physician's brochure with the same information? So when you're communicating and you're talking to these medical providers, you have a specific set of criteria of what you're looking for from them. And they know also how serious that you are, so they're more willing to work with you on a successful outcome. So here's the criteria that you want, or a piece of the criteria that you want to communicate to your medical providers. You're going to want to let them know that you want the return to work restrictions of your employees. When you send these employees to them, letting them know about your return to work program and how you need the restrictions for your employees. You're going to be able to show them the forms that you want them to fill out. So when you're communicating with this, when you have a formal program, you're going to have these forms all ready to go, and you're going to be able to communicate those to the doctors. And the final thing that you're going to want to be able to let them know about is your communication expectations from them and from their office. And so you have this formal set of criteria that you can communicate to the doctors when you're going on searching for these provider relationships, which leads us right into step 2, which you're going to be setting up and searching for these face-to-face. So you're going to be searching for these relationships face-to-face. You're going to be getting references and referrals from other companies. You're going to be checking out these doctors online, and you're going to be selecting some to set up a relationship with them and a meeting with them face-to-face. So the first step is going to be in their office. You can get to meet them in person. You let them know about the information that you need, let them know about the program that you have at your company, and talk about if this is going to be a potential fit for them to be able to work with your team for these successful outcomes. So that's the first step, is visiting them at their office. Next step is having them visit your facility, having an on-site visit. If the doctor isn't willing to visit your company on-site, that might not be the right doctor for you. An important point to realize is that not every doctor is going to be the right fit. Some are going to be qualified, and some are going to be looking for more business, and some are going to be willing to work with you for these successful outcomes in your program, and some are not. So this is kind of a trial and error type of a process that you need to have this criteria to either qualify or disqualify these providers, and going through this process will let you do that. So that's step number 2, searching face-to-face, getting these information at their office and then at your facility. And then the third step, after you've gone through those processes, is to actively communicate. And this is on your side, on the employer side. Actively communicate. You've asked the doctors to communicate. Now you need to hold up your end of the deal as well. So when the employees get injured, you're escorting them to the doctor's office, to their facility, reminding them, hey, these are the forms we need. This is the communication schedule that we're going to want. We can work together really for the successful outcome through our return to work program. I should also mention here that even in states where the employees can choose their providers, this is still an important process to go through, because if you've gone through this process, you've qualified and you've found a really good provider, and you've probably disqualified a number of providers as well. The doctor's going to have a good reputation. Other employees will have gone to see him, gotten positive reviews and positive remarks from the other employees. Maybe you've even invited them to your facility for like more of a physician fair day where they can meet the doctor, talk with him, develop that level of trust. So even in states where the employee can select their providers, this is an important process to go through, because a lot of times they're still going to go see the person if they're at this really high level that you're trying to accomplish. So actively communicating in that relationship. Most important relationship to develop in work comp, because these are medical injuries, and you develop that medical expertise through this process of setting the goal, having a face-to-face connection, and then following that up by active communication. Now, since this is the week of the National Work Comp and Disability Conference in Las Vegas, I do want to just add one more piece to this message today. It's a rare opportunity that we all get together face-to-face. There's a lot of communication via LinkedIn, a lot of communication via email, etc. These same principles as far as developing a medical provider relationship will apply in person to having a successful workers' comp and disability conference. So the first step is really setting this goal, setting your goal. What are you trying to accomplish? You're attending these parties, you're going to different sessions, you're walking through the trade show, you're going to be meeting a lot of people, exchanging a lot of business cards face to face, which is a rare opportunity. Here's how you actively communicate with this. So say you meet Jeff, he's a new person that you just met, you're having a conversation with him, you learn that his company was just bought out, or there's a merger, or he's changing roles, you're learning some personal information about Jeff through your conversation that you're having. The tip to actively communicate that is when the timing is appropriate, conversation's over, you walk around the corner, right in the back of Jeff's business card that you just got, what you talked about. So that way when you get home and you have a stack of 50 business cards, you can remember who these people are. And you're sending that email or you're sending a personal note to Jeff and you're talking about, hey, great meeting you at the Rah Rah Irish pub. Enjoyed our conversation. Best of luck in your new role. Whatever it is that you talked about, you can actively communicate that in that. So developing relationships with medical providers is hugely important. Same goals will apply at the National Work Comp and Disability Conference. I look forward to seeing you out there. Remember, in workers' comp, your success is based on your integrity. So be great.